again, that I did not select myself. By the way, I had fake eyelashes on earlier, and I was having a glass of wine with a friend, and she's like, you got one that's like this. And so I'm like, oh, crap. And she's like, and the other one is also doing that. So I pulled them off, and I just remembered I'll be pulling things out of my bra all night, ladies and gentlemen. But before that, let's meet some people, shall we? Our first speaker of the night, who, by the way, just before she even comes out here, Lisa needs a huge round of applause for being first. Yeah. Lisa AKERS, who, by the way, is celebrating her 20th anniversary with her husband, who I've been told is in the audience. Okay, he's right there. Apparently, 20 years ago, he got married at the Renaissance Festival, and sadly, that was the last time you wore tights. I'm bummed. Some other little facts about Lisa. If she could be the spokesperson for anything on television, it would be for Chick-fil-A iced tea, but only if it has extra ice. I ask everybody weird questions, so this is on me. The next one is, I asked if people had a boat, what would they name the boat? She said, I wouldn't have a boat. I would have a house and lots of land, and I would name it Happy Acres. Huh? Acres. You get it. And she was once hit in the head by a coworker swinging a 10-foot pole. That's just sad to me. So if any of you are carrying around 10-foot poles tonight, please be wary and aware of the people around you, particularly Lisa. She's already had it done once, so let's not do it again. And lastly, if she was to have an animal mascot, it would be a hawk, because it's watchful and it's powerful and big power words, power stance. And let's introduce Lisa to the stage.
We make decisions all the time. As many as 90% of the decisions we make on any given day, we make without being aware that it's happening. And this is especially true for decisions we make about how to take care of ourselves. Over time, we fall into habit, whether that be out of convenience or repetition or our environment. Habit helps us to do more things because our brain doesn't have to work so hard. And habit can be an important survival mechanism when we're in a difficult situation. But habit can also get us into trouble. When we act out of habit, we don't consider the impact of our actions. And so this is my story about launching spaceships, eating Twinkies, and a very unexpected outcome. In February of 2013, I was at the Kennedy Space Center, eagerly awaiting my work building the Orion launch abort system. This is the crew's escape pod. If there's a problem during the launch, this little rocket pulls them away to safety. It's challenging work, but I'd done it before, and so I wasn't too concerned. I really expected it to be about a 3-month gig. But as we got into the process, we found new and unexpected problems, and that 3-month gig expanded into nearly 2 years. The problems were relentless. Every time we'd solve one problem, something else would be right on its heels. We felt like we could never catch up. And working 14 hours a day, it's not like we didn't try. When you're working that hard, taking care of yourself or even cooking a good meal falls squarely in the too hard bucket. Unlike the hundreds of options we have here in Denver for where to go eat, there are not nearly as many around the Space Center, and there's virtually none open late at night. So I was on a first-name basis with the night crew at McDonald's, Burger King, and Taco Bell. Lunch was a Twinkie out of the vending machine. I was busy, I didn't need anything fancy, and actually they're kind of tasty, right? So my fuel of choice was Diet Coke and Advil. When the Advil wasn't strong enough, I moved up to Aleve. With a carton of Diet Coke and a handful of Aleve, I could make it through any day and do that over and over and over again. Nothing makes time stand still like a rocket launch, and that's even more so when it's one that you've worked on. When we finally got to December of 2014 for our launch, it was indescribable. It was inspiring, exciting, and intensely motivating. But not long after that, I found myself in the emergency room with chest pain, a racing heart, and sky-high blood pressure. I was having a cardiac event, but they found nothing in the testing. They sent me away frustrated with a prescription for Xanax. I was outsourcing my health decisions. I wanted someone else to tell me what to do. Even though I'm a rocket scientist, I felt unqualified and uneducated to make those decisions for myself. It was finally my herbalist who told me that this was all of my own doing. I had stopped doing the things that supported my health and started falling into some really convenient but terribly unhealthy habits. I ended up giving myself an autoimmune condition, migraine headaches, and prediabetes. For me, the solution was to make a radical and dramatic change in the way I was living, and so I decided to nourish my health instead of tearing it down every day. I wasn't happy about it, and even today, sometimes I'm not happy about it, but I changed my diet. I started paying attention to sleep, exercise, and stress. I learned to set and maintain boundaries. I was fortunate enough to be able to turn my health around, and it was all because I made a decision. Making that decision to nourish myself shifted my focus inward. Instead of seeking outside confirmation of my choices, I could look to my own wisdom to make the best decisions. I gave myself permission to go against the social expectation, to step over the obstacles, to live on purpose. I gave myself permission to think beyond the impulse of urgency, where we act out of habit, and instead to slow down and consider the impact of the Twinkie or the benefit of the nap. I decided to give myself grace when I slipped up because it happened. And I decided that I could choose to break my own rules if I wanted to, not because I needed to fit in. Making these small changes helped me shift from habit into intention. By recognizing the impact of my convenient habits, I set the intention to live with health and energy for the people and the things that mean the most to me. My convenient habits and a few dozen Twinkies almost kept me from living the life that I want and being with the people I cherish. I'm about to go build another Orion, but this time with a new strategy. Habit's a powerful force. I hope you choose to decide.